the domestic institutions, including yours and the domestic mutual funds, have done a stellar job in terms of sort of stabilizing the markets in the absence of foreign inflows to the extent we hope they would have. What is your sense about where the markets are? Do you think it is getting overheated? The topic of the session is how are Achhe Din continuing, or are Achhe Din going to be behind us very soon? We'll come to what the investors need to do a little later, of course.
Yeah, so let me start with domestic flows. And, every month our industry publishes a monthly SIP number. And it used to be, when I joined this industry, which was not that long ago, it used to be 4,000 crores a month. That was in 2017. Now it's about 23,000 crores a month. And every time that number comes out, the media looks at us with some kind of skepticism. Ki ye ho kya raha hai? How is this happening? And I don't understand that skepticism, because I genuinely think our industry has done a lot of good work, but a rising SIP book and financialization is deeply structural. If you look at the US economy, when US GDP went from 4 trillion to 10 trillion, which is about 2.5 times, their mutual fund industry went up 20 times. Now do all your math. I think a rising SIP book and rising domestic flows represent a changing risk appetite of young India. And that reflects in and I still consider myself at 40 somewhat young, I think it reflects in the fact that 50 years ago, young India wanted to do a permanent job. Today, they want to do a startup. Today, young India signs up for Coldplay tickets and stands in iPhone lines. 50 years ago, it wanted to do a recurring deposit as its first investment. Today, it wants to do an SIP. So I think domestic flows are not magic. They are structural. They are problems and segments that we can talk about, but it is structural. So every month when this number rises, I don't think anyone should feel surprised. Now on overheating, I think Manish said it well. When people look at India, when we look at India for 5 to 10 years, we see tremendous optimism. We think Achhe Din will last. We see growth with stability. We see an environment of reforms where entrepreneurs can build. And we see incredible demographics that China saw maybe 15 years ago. So in 5 to 10 years, I think we see a lot of excitement. I have never seen a bull market in any country which doesn't have pockets of exuberance. And I think there are two kinds of exuberance today. There's one which is reasonably good sectors trading at 80 to 100 multiples because the market is giving you a premium for growth. And then there's people running Yamaha showrooms and getting crazy multiples. So there are two kinds there's good exuberance and bad exuberance. But every bull market has a share of exuberance. But if you ask me, for the broad part, is this here to stay? I would say certainly.